Happy Friday, everyone, and welcome to this conversation with me, with Chaplain Dan. I've enjoyed these first of 2 weeks that we spend together examining the blessings that Jesus promises us. They're listed in succession in the early verses of the 5th chapter of Matthew's Gospel. If you'd like to look them up or go back and refresh, we know them, most of us in church life have learned them as Beatitudes. But the word Beatitude, as we've said, really means the blessings Jesus has for us. And so on this Friday, I'd like to turn to the fourth blessing that he makes clear can be ours. The 6th verse of the 5th chapter of Matthew says, "Blessed are those who hunger and thirst after righteousness." Oh my goodness. Hunger and thirst. We don't spend much time around here thinking about physical hunger and thirst, do we, residents? We and our neighbors enjoy such an abundance of good food. It's a blessing to live in this community here and have the wonderful meals that our dining room staff prepares and serves us, isn't it? But Jesus isn't talking about physical hunger here, or physical thirst. Rather, he's talking about what we might today call emotional hunger, or heartfelt thirst. We long, we might say today, we long for that, well, you fill in the blank for yourself. I'm not even going to try. Each of us long in one way or another for something, hunger and thirst for it. But what Jesus says is, if we, when we catch ourselves longing for, hungering and thirsting for this or that thing, outcome, friend, loved one to come visit, whatever, may we remind ourselves that in the kingdom of God's blessings, that which is best sought after, longed for, worked at, hungered and thirsted about, is righteousness. Now, another word that is not familiar every day to us. We know what right means. It's either right or it's wrong. And we know today that most things in life are somewhere in the middle. But we do know, I'd be shocked if any of you had no idea, some things that were just right. My right dress or pair of pants, my right feeling when I'm with my family, my right table in the dining room, my right attention from the receptionist, my right, well, you fill in the blank. But Jesus says to us, rather than seek those kinds of right things, Seek instead the behaving, the doing of love to our neighbor. Righteousness means acting right in the eyes of God. And if we hunger and thirst, as in Jesus' words, after righteousness, then we're hungering and thirsting, my friends. I suggest this Friday to you, we're hungering and thirsting after loving our neighbor, forgiving those who have done us wrong or offended us, and giving everyone around us the loving encouragement to share life together. Yes, if we strive, hunger, and thirst after righteousness, what Jesus says quite frankly, clearly, and to the point is we're going to be filled. So, my friends, hunger and thirst, seek, long for, work at loving your neighbor, righteous living. The promise of God's Son is, when we do, we shall be filled. It's so good to be with you this Friday. I hope you have a blessed weekend. You know, chapel is going to be on Channel 18 several times on Sunday. And then again, we'll gather on Monday to pick up the second and final week of this examination of Jesus' Beatitudes, Jesus' blessings. God bless you for being with me today. And love one another